Morning, Mr. Brown.
So back in December, the media was reporting the impending doom of the real estate market in December and January in the end, and we should all spend the entire winter down south because there were going to be no real estate sales. Well, apparently not. So let's just do a quick review of where we're at. So unfortunately, listings down again, 13%, sales up about 18%. So our inventory compared to January of last year is down about 24%. Not that any of you have noticed that. So there's about 7 months worth of inventory in all categories, but in a couple of them it's ridiculously low. So if we look in residential, that market is starting to back off a bit. Obviously there's no product and you're in lots of multiples, but the price point is obviously having an impact on the sales. Listings are down 21%, but sales are actually off a little bit as well, about 1%. But the inventory is down 28% from what it was last year. However, based on the lowering sales, we do have 6 months worth of inventory. That obviously is still extremely tight. I'll give you a little perspective on that. We have 517 listings available on the market at the end of January. And obviously there's a comparison to last year where we were 717, but in 2015 we had 867. So we're almost half of what we had. And when you see what we have in condo and townhouse, you'll even be more shocked. The average price was $606 last month, so came off a little bit, but I think that's product mix more. Obviously prices didn't come down. I'll give you a little perspective to 2015 on that, and that's why I gave you the 2015 sheet. The average price in January of 2015 was $488,000. So it's moved a little bit. In the condominium market, listings off 17%, sales up 20%. Our inventory is down 36% from last year. We have 2.37 months worth of inventory in the condominium market, which is crazy tight, crazy tight. Give you a little perspective there on inventory. In 2015, we had 470 listings on the market. That's why, again, I gave you the sheet so you can relate to it. The average price, $295 last month. In 2015, it was $226. And last month, we actually had virtually the same number of listings and sales, so our inventory is just not changing. In the townhouse market, sales unchanged. They were flat. Listings unchanged, sales up 26%, so our inventory is down almost 30%. We have 2.31 months worth of inventory in the townhouse market. Give you a little perspective, in 2015 we had 317 listings in January. The average price $413. In 2015 it was $345, so that market hasn't moved as much as the other ones, but we actually sold more listings than we actually took listings in January. So the list to sell ratio for the month was 122%, so it's not getting any better in townhouse. Lots, listings up, sales flat. We have about 6.5 months worth of inventory in the lots market. We had 26 months worth of inventory in 2015. And the average price last month was $316,000. And in the mobile home market, listings flat, sales down 7%. Really nothing. We went from 14 to 13 sales, so that's really flat. We have about 5 months worth of inventory. And in the mobile home market, the average price was $88,000 2 years ago. It's $133 now. So it has moved. If we look at the 12-month total, just a couple of highlights. In December, the market was very tight as the average homes or average property sold at 99% of the asking price. It came back down to 97.5, still very tight. And we've now had 9 months in residential in a row of prices exceeding 600,000 and the median exceeding 550. So we've certainly maintained that price. And in the condominium market, just a couple of things to look at. We're now approaching that 300,000 mark in the average price, and I think we'll break that very, very shortly, if not this month, one of the subsequent months. And the price ratio is at 98%. It's been there now for almost, basically almost a whole year. And the same in the townhouse market. The price ratio about 98%. And then if you look down at the mobile home market, we're now at 130 for 3 months in a row. So that's the new price for really what we were dealing with in mobile homes. Any questions on the market?